Well, what is going on, y'all? Soul here, and welcome back to my story mode. Well, now, it's been a long, hefty wait, but we're finally getting a little bit of news regarding Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Pokemon Legends. And you could sit there and lie to me all you want, but I'm sure that a lot of us were at least a tad worried considering that we had release dates, but no news or information regarding either of these games coming up. And because they were getting so close, we weren't sure we were gonna get any news or information. And yet, here we are. Thank God. Jokes aside, there had to have been some kind of news down the line. It was just really spread out from the initial reveal to the release date to the actual presentation that's gonna be able to explain everything that we're gonna be getting. I'll put it like this, it felt alarming because it felt like we had more gameplay for Breath of the Wild 2 than we did for Pokemon Legends. And Breath of the Wild 2 is a solid full year away. So when a game that far off shows off more gameplay and story information than a game that's a couple of months away, you kinda start racking your brain a little bit. You're like, hold up, let's back it up a minute. Wait. It is very great that they decided to set up a dedicated presence for both of these games though. I mean, it is Pokemon, so I'm sure that even if it was at E3 or in a Direct or something, it's not like it would get overlooked. These games are very close and they're huge, alright? Who doesn't play Pokemon? So I feel like they would have been fine, but for the sake of everything, it is probably for the best that they had their own separate presentation of some kind. And so I'm really looking forward to it. And so here we are with another, who could have guessed it, prediction video, where I am most likely going to be wrong about 90% of what I say, and we are either going to be very happy or very disappointed going in on Wednesday morning. To be honest with you, I was kind of on the fence about even doing a predictions video, but a couple of you guys actually asked for it, so I was like, okay, sure, why not? I could do that, that's fine. So this is most likely going up the day before the actual presentation, so hopefully everybody gets the chance to see this one before the presentation actually goes up, because after that, this is not gonna matter anymore, because again, who knows what I could be right or wrong about? But it doesn't really matter, because once we know, we know. But hey, whatever, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, what are my predictions when it comes to what they're gonna reveal during this presentation? I'm gonna say it right now, the primary point of this predictions video is to talk about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl as well as Pokemon Legends. I have no doubt in my mind that there's gonna be other things that are gonna be presented during this, however, the main event is gonna be those two games, saved for last. They're most likely to talk about one of their sleeper projects like Pokemon Sleep or Pokemon Smile. They may or may not talk about Pokemon Unite, even though I think we just got a character reveal this morning, in fact. I woke up to Blissey's trailer, so I'm not even sure if we're gonna get Unite news at this point. Hell, maybe they'll reveal some more stages for Pokemon Snap like they did last time. Who even knows at this point? I truly don't know, but long story short, whatever they reveal at the beginning is just gonna be filler. That's all it is. They may reveal some kind of event for Pokemon Sword and Shield that we may open up the game for like a second or two, but other than that, nah, we're waiting on the new games right now. So when it comes to all the extra stuff, I'm sorry, but I'm not even gonna bother trying to predict any of that because I really don't know what they'll talk about at this point. They could reveal a new sleeper project that they're not gonna talk about for years. What am I gonna do with that? Pokemon poster. They reveal some kind of brand new app where you could make a poster full of your favorite Pokemon with any background you want, and you can buy it and have it delivered to your house. Okay, cool. Awesome, I guess. I don't know. Extra pocket money for Pokemon. Dope. I don't know what they're gonna reveal when it comes to the extra stuff, alright? I don't know. However, it doesn't matter. We know what our focus is because we know what we're gonna be talking about for the next couple of months until they roll out. So if you guys have any predictions regarding anything beforehand, go ahead and let me know. I'm curious to see what y'all got, because quite honestly, that Pokemon poster thing don't sound too crazy. Honestly, if I could make something Animal Crossing-esque using Pokemon, the Animal Crossing posters that we got, that would be kind of fire. That would be kind of fire. I don't think it would happen, but I wouldn't mind it. Okay, so after they clearly go ahead and reveal Cinderace as the final character for the Fighter's Pass, now we're going to be talking about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl first. Okay, cool, dope. What the heck are we in for? Well, to start things off, they're going to give us a clear view of the new and improved version of the Sinnoh region. They're going to give us little glimpses of everything that's been remade, remodeled, and remastered for us to look at and just really enjoy, because it's gonna look a lot prettier than what we had seen about, what, 6 months ago now? So things like Eterna Forest, any of the snowy locales, any of the general towns and cities that we've come to know and love from our playthroughs of 4th gen, we're gonna be seeing a couple of those in remade, remastered glory. And it's probably gonna look pretty nice. Again, a lot nicer than we saw originally. Hell, besides even just that, the trainers' Overworld models are probably also gonna look fire. I know that there's a lot of people that are just not a fan of the chibi situation that we've got going on right now. However, I'm sure that given some time, when we actually take a really good look at it, especially after being updated after 6 months, we're gonna see that model more often and we're gonna be like, yeah, it's a kind of like weird little kind of cute, you know what I mean? It's a weird cute. Just saying that generally speaking, the game's probably gonna look a lot easier on the eyes, and I don't think anybody can really be mad about that. That little glimpse that we saw in the OLED trailer really spoke volumes. Just because we weren't seeing it doesn't mean that they weren't out there working on it, alright? They've come a long way, and I'm sure that's gonna really be presented during this presentation. We're gonna like what we see. Moving away from the general sightseeing, let's move a little bit more into mechanics. What are they gonna show off? Now, I'm sure that during those glimpses of the region, we're also gonna get glimpses into the gyms and the gym leaders. Now, difference is, the gyms are gonna look totally different from what we've seen in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. Now, I had a video a while back talking about what I think is gonna happen when it comes to the gym puzzles, and quite honestly, if we're counting Pokemon Platinum as the second time that we receive these gyms, there's no way in hell they're not gonna make them different the third time around. Hell, in Pokemon Platinum they were completely different gyms. This time, they're gonna be completely unique. New puzzles that appeal to the older players that already know the other puzzles like the back of their hand, and for newer players to get into, but something not nearly as complex, even though the other ones weren't really complex at all. Those were actually super easy, but either way, I digress. It's gonna be a little something for everybody, and it's gonna be phenomenal. We're gonna like these new puzzles, and they're gonna be just the perfect amount of challenge that everybody needs, new or old. Next up, they're gonna show us some more battling. We're gonna get into wild battles, and they're gonna showcase a couple of Pokemon that weren't in the region originally, and that's definitely gonna be interesting. There's no way they're not gonna add other Pokemon from other regions. It's just not possible. We're already sitting here questioning what the heck the Pokédex is gonna look like, and I know for a fact we're gonna have most of the Sinnoh Pokédex, and that's not gonna be a problem. But who we're getting from what region? Beyond me. We never know when it comes to that kind of thing. We're definitely gonna have some serious region exclusives though, that's really gonna make you differentiate between whether you want to pick up Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. Obviously, there's gonna be other factors that contribute to that decision. However, having access to certain Pokemon that you love exclusive to one version is really gonna lean you towards that one version. Although, either way, I'm sure that they're gonna highly encourage you to pick up both, considering that there most likely is more than one Pokemon that you like. Either way, we're about to get a serious overhaul of Pokemon that are not familiar with this region, and we are gonna have so much fun with it. Yes, I am calling it right now. When these games come out, we are going to have more options than just the legendary 6. I love all the starters. I absolutely, obviously love Luxray. Garchomp is a god. Okay, Gastrodon, sick as hell, Floatzel, godlike, okay, but there are other Pokemon that we have yet to use in our 20 or so years with the series, okay? Please, just allow us those options. That's all I'm requesting. No, sorry, that's all I'm predicting. That's right, that's the video this is. Moving along, we already know that this is going to be a more modern Pokemon game, so there is no way in hell that we're coming back with HMs in this game. There's just no way. The routes are more likely to fit the modern style of Pokemon that we've come to know. At the very least, we'll have different ways of maneuvering around things. Or hell, at the very least, if they didn't want to do that, maybe we still do have to find the quote-unquote HMs, but now instead, they're TMs. They are not stuck on the Pokemon because there's no reason to do that anymore. We just put it on, use it as needed, and then go back to the Pokemon Center and maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying, HMs are just not going to be a thing anymore. Whether or not we have routes that have things that require us to have a certain move or whatever, that's a different ballgame entirely, and I don't really know how that's going to work out. But HMs are just not a thing anymore. That's for certain. That's most definitely another thing that they're going to be showcasing when showing off the routes. We're going to be going through Mount Coronet, and guess what? Rock Smash? It don't exist. Those rocks probably aren't even in the way anymore. Okay, awesome. Cool, whatever. It's just a little bit less of an annoyance. We could live with that. We don't need HMs anymore. Call me crazy, but I fully believe that that's what we're going to be looking at. Moving along here, the next couple of battles that they're going to be showing us is probably most likely one of the gym leaders, maybe one of the first 3 or so in the game. And then, during that battle, they're going to reveal to us that we do have, in fact, Mega Evolution. And not only that, they're going to be showcasing one of the new Sinnoh exclusive Mega Evolutions that we have yet to see. And it's probably most likely going to be Mega Luxray, because Luxray is one of the first Pokemon that you can get access to, and it's going to be sick as hell. Don't even sit there and try to doubt me on it. I will fight you. I will fight you. Jokes aside, we will most likely be getting newer Mega Evolutions that are new to the Sinnoh region, and it's going to be nice. Because remember, we are living in a different timeline according to the director, since, what, 3rd gen remakes? Or something like that? Because 3rd gen remakes are on a different timeline than the originals. So, if we're following that same very similar path, I have to imagine that Mega Evolution takes place in this new version or new variant of Sinnoh as well. I also say this because I've said a couple of times now that I fully believe that the only feasible mechanic that makes sense for the 4th gen remakes would be Mega Evolution. Z moves do not work, and being able to Dynamax in any region that's not Galar would be completely stepping on their own foot. They can't do that. They said it in the last games. They can't do that. So the only one that legally works is Mega Evolution. Unless for whatever weird reason they decide to introduce a brand new gimmick in the remakes, but there's no way they would do something like that, right? There's just no way. No freaking way. I can't believe that. So Mega Evolution is just the only one that makes sense. Now, one could definitely argue that Mega Evolution isn't coming at all, but you guys have to remember that they're always going to try and appease to the newcomers first. And there's a lot of newcomers that are coming right off of Sword and Shield that actually really enjoyed it, and they love the fact that we had a gimmick like Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing. And so going into a Pokemon game with nothing like that may turn a lot of people away. They'd be like, where's the epic gimmick? Where's my powerful transformation mid-battle? And if they don't have something like that, they may be turned away. So, living in this new age of Pokemon and Nintendo, they're always going to make sure that the newcomers have what they need to feel comfortable. So we're not going to have Dynamaxing, we're not going to have Gigantamaxing, we're not going to have raid battles, and we're not going to have any kind of raid adventures or anything like that. So at the very least, if there's something that they can give that's something similar to a powerful gimmick, they will hand it over. Just saying, it's the only one that works. And so, moving along here, for the final part of the segment, they may show us a little trailer showcasing a lot of things that they showed us, and then we're going to get a little snippet, a snippet of some kind of glimpse of the after game that we're going to be able to do, most likely involving Darkrai, Cresselia, and most likely the huge event that's going to connect Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Pokemon Legends that allows us to utilize Arceus in some way. I don't know if they're bringing back the flute, maybe they're introducing some new thing, who knows. I just know that for a fact, there's no way in hell that the game that the god of Pokemon was introduced in, and the game that focuses on the god of Pokemon, because, you know, it's in the title of the game, there's no way that those two games won't connect in any way, shape, or form. There's just no way, right? Come on, guys. If y'all don't connect those in some sick way with some dope event that's gonna make us even more excited for Legends Arceus, y'all fumbling. Y'all fumbling. And that's on nobody but you. Whatever the case, we're gonna go ahead and have to see how that one plays out when we do finish Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So, maybe they'll show it off, maybe we won't know until after the game's released. Who knows? It's hard to say. However, speaking of Pokemon Legends, why don't we go ahead and start talking about that segment next? First things first, they're gonna show off a little bit of that new and improved Overworld that, again, we have not seen in over 6 months. And frankly, it's probably gonna look just as good as any open world game can look on the current Switch that we have right now. If they're very smart, they'll show us little bits and pieces at a time and not show us scenes with a bunch of different things on the screen at one time, because I know for a fact that that frame rate, while it probably did get better, is still probably on the struggling side a little bit. While I do have faith that it most likely did get better in some aspects when it comes to the general look of the game, I have no doubt in my mind that the frame rate issues are here to stay. There's just no avoiding that with open world games sometimes. Especially for an open world game that's only been in development for maybe 2 years max. But hey, whatever's clever. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe the frame rate is actually fire, never drops even 1% the entire time, and holds up as much as you'd expect a modern game to at this point in time. I really hope I'm wrong. I'll just say it like that. With this outlook of the overworld, we're most likely to be showcased a bunch of new different towns and NPCs that live in said towns. Specifically, we're most likely going to be shown off the professor of this original Sinnoh and why they're doing what they're doing to learn more about Sinnoh. Aside from just filling up the early version of the Pokédex and utilizing and testing out those brand new Pokeballs that they're going to be showing us, we're also going to be going around to these different towns and interacting with these NPCs so that we could learn about how these towns are getting built up and what we could do to assist these people in building up these towns. Jubilife City, Pastoria, Sunyshore, all of that. I'm placing my bet on the fact that besides just going out capturing Pokemon and focusing on the main story, that one of our biggest pastimes is going to be these really heavy side quests that are going to heavily imply how things in certain cities in Sinnoh got built up. And they're going to be showcasing little snippets of us helping out those NPCs with their side quests. Moving along, aside from all that, we're going to get a brand new cast of characters that's really going to help us introduce this brand new story. This time around, I'd be kind of shocked if we had a rival. We'd probably have some kind of friend that's also assisting on the other side of things with the Pokédex, and somebody that's going to help us take down or maybe help out Arceus. I'm not really sure. However, I bet you anything we're gonna be meeting Cynthia's grandmama, and she's gonna have way too much insight for some little lady that we had like 15-20 minutes with in the original game. It's gonna be crazy. And if it's not her grandmother, fine. It's definitely going to be one of Cynthia's ancestors though. Again, it's very hard to say how far back these games take place. This is also Pokemon that we're talking about, so they may take the generic route and show us what may be one of Cyrus's ancestors. Maybe a grandmother, maybe a great-grandmother, who knows? I'm also unsure as to why I'm so set on seeing Cyrus's grandmother be the one to try and put us down from helping Arceus, but at the same time, I kind of want to see it now. Oh no. So we probably will have some kind of equivalent to an evil team. I'm not sure if it's going to be Team Galactic though. It'll probably be something entirely different because that's a Cyrus thing. If they were to bring that all the way back that far in the past, it'd be kind of weird. But then again, we don't know what Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is going to say in amongst that dialogue, so there's no way to tell. Next up, they're going to be like, okay, so now that you have an idea of what the story is, how are you guys going to go about it? Well, first off, you got to catch your Pokemon and learn how to battle properly. And that's when they're going to showcase how the Pokemon battles work this time around. And you can fight me on this all you want, but I have no doubt in my mind that these battles truly are going to be real time. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible for them to reveal that it's just going to be regular turn-based Pokemon battles like we've always known. However, Pokemon Legends in of itself is just such a big step in a different direction that there's no way that they're not going to implement that in the battle system too. I'm not particularly sure how catching Pokemon in that instance is going to work, but they did showcase that we're going to be able to catch Pokemon in the overworld by just throwing the Pokeball. So that's definitely something they're going to be touching up upon, especially since we are probably going to have a health bar, and those Pokemon are going to chase us down if we don't catch them on the first throw. I promise you, we're getting mauled by Rhyhorn if we're not careful. And speaking of Pokemon battles, obviously we're not going to have gyms anymore, but we're definitely going to need something that's kind of in place of that, if you follow me. There's going to be something that's going to limit how strong we get before we progress in the main story, because otherwise, if we could just go out, catch whatever we want, and destroy or kill whatever we wanted, we would be overpowered before we even got to the end of the game, and if something's wrong with Arceus, we would clap it in seconds because all we did was spend time running and catching and fighting. That would be too easy. Now, when I say it like this, please know that I do mean something entirely different from Sun and Moon, but we are going to have some type of trials. Most likely some type of trials that are going to be set up by Arceus itself. It's gonna work out much like a gym, but instead of fighting some super powered trainer, it's gonna be some super overpowered Pokemon. Exactly what kind of gimmick is gonna be in play, I have no idea, but there's gonna be some kind of crazy mechanic that makes those Pokemon somewhat of a pain in the ass to beat, especially because we're gonna be doing real-time battles this time around. They're definitely gonna give us the idea that we need to be a lot quicker on our feet when it comes to strategizing during battles. Otherwise, we're gonna be in a world of hurt. And I'm here for it. Now, the last thing on my list here actually isn't even my original personal prediction, but a lot of people have been saying that we're most likely going to get a lot of new forms, especially for the starting Pokemon that we're going to get. Of course, those starters being Rowlet, Oshawott, and Cyndaquil. Originally, I was like, why in the hell would we get new forms when these Pokemon were specifically picked because of their final evolutions? Oshawott's final evolution being a Samurai, Decidueye being a Bowman or an Archer, and Cyndaquil's final evolution being something related to fire, or fireworks, I assume. So I kind of figured, do we really need new forms or new variants when their actual final evolutions are perfect for the job? But then thinking about it, since we've had the introductions to regional forms, I guess it wouldn't be all that crazy to see these different forms or these unique forms of these starter Pokemon for Sinnoh. If they were found here, maybe the way that they were raised in Sinnoh would be different. Maybe these 3 Pokemon in particular are supposed to be trained in a very hardcore manner that would change their forms or something. Maybe it's a little bit of a reach, I don't know, but now I'm starting to think it wouldn't be all that crazy to see something like that showcased in the presentation. So more than likely, we are going to have something very unique about their final forms, but I'm not quite sure what that is just yet. If it is new versions of their final evolutions, okay, cool, I'm with it. Just make sure it's still fitting to what the original idea was, okay? Don't go too crazy now. So that just about actually wraps it up for all of my predictions for Wednesday's, or I guess tomorrow's presentation, since this is going to be out on Tuesday. That's right. One of my final predictions here is that no matter what we get in this presentation, it's never going to be enough for anybody. I've come to understand that everybody or somebody is going to be mad about something. Whatever they reveal, somebody's not going to be happy about it, and there's just nothing anybody can really do about that. If you want to enjoy these games for what they are, if you're looking forward to these games and you're super excited, do not hesitate to be excited. Okay? They're going to be showing off a lot of new things that are going to be very awesome for a lot of people, maybe not as awesome for others. But if you're excited, don't be afraid to voice that, man. Enjoy yourself. If they showcase something very awesome in this presentation, dope, awesome. I'm really looking forward to whatever they have in store, because I know for a fact that no matter what, I'm picking up both of these games, and I'm going to have a good time with it, and hopefully you guys do too. Sometimes there really is just no winning when it comes to Pokemon. Whether or not they could have done this or should have done that, they're gonna do them, and we're most likely gonna enjoy whatever they put out for the most part. So, despite my predictions, why don't we try to keep our expectations a little bit on the lower side and just try to enjoy ourselves. That's all I'm really saying. So I think that's gonna go ahead and do it from me. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic over to you guys. What do you guys think, and what are you guys excited for when it comes to this presentation? Are we gonna get some fire reveals? Are we gonna get some awesome crazy new mechanics? Are we gonna be way more excited for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl over Pokemon Legends, or vice versa? I don't know. I want to hear all of your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Tell me everything, because you know that I'm always down there with you. But for the time being, it seems to be about skedaddle o'clock, because this needs to go up as soon as possible before that presentation. So I'm gonna make sure that happens. So with that, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this. And with that, I'm out. Thanks again, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time.